Thanks for joining me for another video. I may sound excited, and it's because I am. Because today, I'm going to show you a simple way to draw a basket weave. Now, what will you use this basket weave for? Well, I use it in my Kolrosing designs. So the same way I'll be drawing it on this piece of paper is the exact same way you could draw it on your spoons. So, as you can see, I've simulated a spoon surface with a crude circle, and I've drawn a line down the center of it. Doesn't have to be exact, but right down the center, as close as you can get it, is usually a good way to go. You can use a business card or any stiff piece of paper, as long as the corner of it has a 90-degree angle. So from that top corner, use that 90-degree angle to draw equal lines down each side. And now what I'll be doing is taking this ruler, and each centimeter I'll be marking one notch, and this will help keep things symmetrical when I draw the equal lines down each side in just a moment. Now, using the first line, I'm going to take my straight edge and keep it as parallel as possible as I move down the center line. I'm going to cross the middle section where I've marked the 1 centimeter marks. You can most definitely do this free-handed without a ruler whatsoever, and they still look really good, and a lot of my spoons have been done free-handed, and there's a certain charm to it. But to get it looking super crisp, super symmetrical, a ruler and a straight edge really helps. So that's one side done. Beginning on the other, doing the exact same thing, keeping it exactly parallel at that line, at that 1 centimeter mark. Make sure those squares are as square as possible. Otherwise, they'll be rectangular and uneven. This is just the way that I use, and sort of how I figured it out over the years to keep things nice and even. So now that this other side is done, you can see we have a pretty good grid going. It's pretty even, and this kind of grid can be used to make a basket weave and all kinds of designs, and it really helps to keep things symmetrical. And any spots you've missed, you could just quickly fill it in free-handed. So now that you have your grid system, you can do whatever you want with it, and today we'll do a basket weave. So here's how I map that out. These little circles here will go 4 by 4, and they will be the empty squares between the actual basket weave. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. Mapping things out like this with these little circles really helps you to not make mistakes. When I was starting out with my Kolrosing designs, doing these kinds of basket weaves, it would happen a lot where I would etch into the wrong square and completely mess up the design. Now, most people can't notice these, but as the maker, it's all you'll be able to see. And now you'll see me start to map out the actual weave itself. So they go in a T pattern, and they meet each other, and they weave over each other. So if you ever look at a weave on an old chair or a basket itself, you'll see exactly how this is mapped out. And yes, generally speaking, it's just line meets into another line, just like how it's shown here. It's so much easier to show you rather than try to explain it verbally. So when you're mapping this out on a wooden surface such as a spoon handle, try to press lightly, but do keep in mind it's just pencil, and it does erase off for the most part, and when you oil the spoon, the graphite is soluble, so it'll come right out.